What's up, y'all? It is just me tonight. So this is going to be real quick. You know how I like to do when I'm by myself? I like to give it to you and get on with my life, okay? So let's do that. Whew. Now, we already know it went down tonight and last night. I just finished watching tonight. But it's still all the same because, baby, these girls, child, help me. Why is the beef so real? Instead of it being Love and Marriage DC, we should just call this, since it's episode 5, Ashley versus Winter, round 5. That's what this is. Because these women went in. Now, it all really started, though, because these two went and had dinner. There we go. Winter and Monique. Monique is just coming back from her trip, and she decides to have a little time with Winter. Okay, that's cool. So Winter informs her while she was gone, the girls went out to play, and the girls did not play nice. Okay? She felt that they ambushed her, and she was not having that. So she went back to Monique, and she told her what had happened was. And so, with that being said, Monique, being that Winter is her friend, so she feels she's got to go to her girls and get what the scoop really was. And so she did. And that is when all hell broke loose. As you see, it did not go nice. So at first, when Monique first got there, Winter was not there. So she asked the girls, Ashley and Irena, what's tea, baby? What happened while I was gone? And she let them know that, the girls were not nice to me. She felt ambushed. And all they did was talk about how they don't know nothing else besides her and Kevin, which is true. None of us know nothing about you besides your quote unquote scamming husband, allegedly. And I gotta say allegedly because Kevin has not been able to defend himself yet. So basically, it's still allegedly at this point. I don't want to put the man out there if that ain't really what had happened was, okay? So that's all we all know about her. Can anybody tell me something different about Winter that we don't know besides her and Kevin? Honestly. Okay? So the girls weren't lying, ambush or not. They wasn't lying. They told her the truth. And I don't feel that Winter is able to handle the truth. I don't understand what that is about. But she seems to take real offense to it. Like real offense to it. And so she wants to do what she does best. She basically went after Ashley. She didn't do too much to Irena, but Ashley. Ashley is her go-to all the time, y'all. And we all see that. We don't see nothing different. It is them every single week. So she goes to her go-to. Ashley is her go-to, but her go-to of Ashley is what? Her husband, Quick. And at this point, aka to her, DJ Fun Size, which I do not like. I don't like her calling him that. Don't be calling him that. He is a cool dude. He is enough size for Ashley. So we're going to leave it at that. Don't be talking about a woman's husband. You know that's going to get your ass whooped quickly, very quickly. So don't play with a woman's husband. You just don't, especially a woman that you don't like and she don't like you. Those is fighting words at that very moment. So that's what almost had happened last night. They barely, they was about to throw hands if someone did not intervene with them. You seen how it went. There was all types of bitches and all of that by the end of that whole ordeal. So like I was saying, Ashley and Irena was talking to Monique before Winter even showed up. And Monique was telling them how she had received the whole situation of how it went down between them after dinner. And of course, was Tasha there? I don't know if Tasha was at the selfie museum thing. If she was, I'm sure she would have been in the scene, but I don't recall Tasha being there. Anywho, but I don't think she would have been. Ashley wouldn't have invited her to that. I'm surprised Winter got invited to that. But anyway, so when they were talking, Winter happens to come in right at the point they were talking about her. Speaking of the devil type situation, you know how that is, right? So when she comes in, Monique's like, hey, like, okay, she's here. Let's stop talking about her for a second. But it was all good because she jumped right into it. She's like, I'm just explaining to the girls what I had heard and what I was told. But Ashley was like, you talk about my man, why you say I said this, why we ambush you. Ashley went right off the gate. She was not holding back. So she was ready for war. Like, she was ready for it. And so that's where it all happened, y'all. And I was feeling just about, uncomfortable, as Monique said she was. Because Monique looked like, oh my goodness, I did start this. This is all of my doing. And so for that reason alone, she felt the need that she should try to calm it down, get it together. But I'm like, Ashley, look, you brought this madness. This is your friend. You should have calmed her down. But since you won't, I'm going to get her together for you, boo. And she was getting her together. But Winter was coming right back. Winter was not taking that bite softly. So she went right back at her. It was a whole dynamic of, she heard rumors about Quick and she heard rumors about Jamie, I guess, and all of their situations. And they're like, well, we don't know nothing about your husband except the fact that he's a scammer, basically. And so what are you going to do at this point? It's girl fight. And they went at it. I was like, oh my gosh, is this happening? I felt like I was in Huntsville for a minute. When this show first started, we were all like, this is a breath of fresh air, Black excellence, all this and all that. But when it comes to Ashley and Winter, we get our drama. And I'm not sure there would even be any drama if Winter wasn't there. So I think it's safe to say Winter is definitely the villain this season, and she is there for a reason. And that reason is to get on these girls' nerves because she is doing an excellent job at it, if I do say so myself. Would you agree? I would. So after the whole situation, Winter gets kicked out, basically. And Monique walks her out. And it didn't even end there, it seems, because she's still talking her mess, talking about, I put on my good heels for this selfie shoot. She was really downplaying the museum. But the museum was really, really cute. Everyone loves a good selfie. I would have been click up in there if I was looking as good as the girls were that day. But she was downplaying it all. She got kicked out, which I don't think she mind at all. I'm actually surprised she showed up. But it's like, if you don't show up, you're about to be talked about. So you might as well see what everyone's talking about at that moment and see what's tea. Hey, Dina. Hey, girl. Hey. That's my girl right there, y'all. So now everyone is letting Ashley talk. Now everything has cooled down and everything was okay and peaches and roses at the end. But as you see, it wasn't peaceful until Winter left. Winter was not coming. Winter left, y'all. And she was fine with it. So yeah, so that's about everything. Yes, I love when you drop them crowns for me, girl. So yeah, so this right here, Ashley and Winter, and look at Monique. Like, she's like, child, well, I don't start it now. I done really started this mess. I really did this. And she even said, first of all, did I do that? Yes, Monique, you did. You did. And you should have known what was going to happen. Because, of course, this is DC. This is Ashley and Winter we are talking about. And it's never going to end well, darling. It is just not. Huh. But yeah. So On to something more great. Jason got into the Doors program, y'all. Yes, I was so happy for him. Yes, yes, yes. Confetti for Jason. He got into Doors, which was so awesome because he has been wanting to get into that for quite a while. And we heard a lot about that last episode. So good for him. Now he can get out that house away from the family and do his own thing. He is ready to have some more independence on his own. He is not scared. He is ready for it. So I'm really happy for him, proud of him. And of course, I'm sure the whole entire family is too. But they had got that news while they went to go play a game. And they went to go play basically, how Jason plays everything. They got blindfolded and they played the game where you can not see whatsoever. You had to be extremely quiet so you could simply hear where the ball goes. And that was like one of the funnest things I've seen a family do on a show lately. They was all there. They was all committed to it. And I think it was just beautiful that they do things like that with and for Jason, kind of get a sense of how he lives his life. And it's very important for them to know that because unless you're going to assume this, that, and the third. So I just love this Tyler family. They do these great things with each other, for each other. They there for each other. And they are just a beautiful family all around. You know what I'm saying? I just can't get enough of them. I like them a lot. But you know what I also like? I like Brittany a lot too. Brittany is the oldest child, his child. So she feels like she came to Jason's defense back to last week when Jason was trying to tell them at dinner, like, look, I don't want to go to DJ school. I want to continue my education, hang out with some girls, and do his thing. And that's exactly what he meant. And Brittany felt, she still is trying to find herself. And she, commends Jason for standing up for himself and what he wants because she has yet to realize who she is, what she wants, and how she wants to do her thing because she's been too busy pleasing her parents all of her life. So she really came to Jason's defense when Jamie came over to, I'm going to say, not put the desk together. I guess I would think that was a desk or a nightstand that she had that she wanted him to put together. But it was really just to lure him in so she can check him. She checked her daddy and he received it well. I will say that about Jamie. When he gets checked or when he's told something, he receives it well. He is an all-around guy, I feel, because he knows and realizes his mistakes. And when he does, he's able to take the ownership of it, correct himself, and move on peacefully. And not a lot of men can do that. A lot of men have issue taking to what other people say, especially your child. Because when your child say it, you feel like, I'm the parent. Like, who gonna check me, boo? But Brittany did, and she did it so gracefully. I just got to see if that desk or whatever ever got put together. I'm gonna need them to show that. I'm gonna have to ask her and see what had happened. Would you know how that go? So, another thing that Monique and Winter talked about when they got together was Monique talking about, her relationship with Chris. And that's been their story since the episode 1. And at first I was like, by last episode, I was like, okay, are we really gonna ever resolve this? I'm ready for them to have fun, do something nice, what have you. But when I seen this scene of when he picked her up and hugged her when they were having their moment, that was powerful. Now this is what you call a marriage. And this is what you call how you argue in a marriage. And you can make up in a marriage just like that. Like, this hug was so loving and endearing. It's like they both heard each other at that moment. And you have noticed through the last episodes, you see Monique not really seeing what he's saying, and you see Chris not really seeing what she's saying, but they heard each other. They heard each other this episode. Like, that was some endearing ass shit right there. And I respect them for that. So I am just hoping for the best for them. Hoping they get it together by the end of the season. You know, you always want a happy ending. So I'm hoping at the end of the season, it's a happy ending for them. Now, I don't know how many more episodes we're going to get because, you know, usually in the first season, you only get like 8 episodes, right? So I don't think it's going to be that many. But then again, this is Monique Samuels, and Carlos King knows what he's doing. So he may be like, look, we're going to give you a full 10, 11, 12, however it may go. We'll just have to wait and see. But it seems like it's just the tip of the iceberg because of the whole Ashley and Winter situation, right? But one thing I do have to point out, when Monique and Chris were having their moment, this photo in the background was giving me life. The frame itself is giving me life, okay? Now, this is one hot picture. I just stared at it for a minute. I'm like, okay, Chris, Monique, I see you. I see all of that. Yes, give it to me. I love that picture. I wish they would have gave us like a straight on full shot of it so I could just marvel at it. Because it was just bomb. I just love it. Yeah, I love it. So the other thing that happened this episode was Irene and Jamie, you know that they have their real estate thing. And they go to this place, this house that they had, honey. It looked like something I wouldn't even want my enemy to sleep in. This house was, oh my God. Them stairs alone, the stairs outside leading up to the house, the stairs inside, you see one is missing at the bottom. Jamie had to jump over it and help Irena go over it when they went up the stairs. I wouldn't have went up them stairs. Like, I don't think they safe. I would not have. This place is so run down. Like, look at it, y'all. Like, them steps. It's the steps for me. And that poor bathroom. You know, the bathroom sets the tone. It's the bathroom in the kitchen that sets the tone of a house. I would love to see how they renovated that and got that all up together, because that house needs some serious reupholstery, if you ask me, honey. Because, child, look at it. Just look at it. But once they were done, they went outside. You could tell that they had tension. And they were going through the house. Irena was taking little jabs at him. He was like, I want to kick your tail right now. Like, shut up, woman. And they had their moment, because when they went outside and they talked. And they had their little beefy in the street. I want to know, why y'all go outside to talk? Why y'all ain't stay inside? Now people can see all your business and hear everything going on and be peeping out the window like, ooh, what's going on? You know, you always got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people looking out their blinds, peeping in on what's going on when you hear somebody arguing. Just having all your business out there in the streets. Don't do that in them DC streets. So yeah, so they had their little tiff going on, right? And it was all because Ashley was upset at Jamie because she missed out on her friend's party, and she felt bad, and she felt bad about that. Then she went to the place where he was. He had liquor in his hand, yelling at her, and she feels that he takes everything out on her when he's having his moment. But they are another prime example of how you get over stuff in a marriage, because while they were doing their thing, having their little tit for tat, they made up that simple, and all they wanted to know is, where are we going to eat at? Where are we about to eat at? Little Antoine, y'all remember him? Rest in peace. But yeah, so another dynamic, another marriage that just knows how to argue. When you know how to argue in a marriage, I think that's dope, because you're going to argue in a marriage. But as long as you know how to come back, you don't hit below the belt before you try to get to the comeback, y'all gonna be all right. And that's what it's all about, I feel. I've never been married, but I should hope that if I get mad at my husband, we can make up just as good and be ready to go get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's celebrate. Let's go eat. I'm ready to go eat. And I just love that family. Once again, I just can't get enough of this family. They is just so dope. So yeah, so that was basically all of the highlights for this episode. I don't think I missed out on anything good. But yeah, it was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to the lecture at hand. The man of the, I can't say hour because it's not an hour show, but it is a half-hour show. Carlos King. Now, you know what? He always comes through very dapper, very debonair. The man knows how to dress. The man knows how to do the thing. He is just so much fun. I just love it. He's the bomb. So yeah, so as you see at the bottom, he had the girls, the originals, the OGs from Real Housewives of Atlanta, honey. Now, if anyone knows, that is where Carlos first started. He started from the bottom. Now he's here. But he started off with producing for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So in commemoration of where he is in life and everything, he brought the girls on to chat it up with him and play a little game. So we had Deshaun, Lisa, Kim, and Sheree come through. Nene was supposedly invited, but she had to decline because she was going through some things. I'm not sure when this episode was made, but it was after Greg's passing. So I'm not sure exactly what was going on besides the fact that I could think of the whole, lawsuit thing situation. Maybe that's why she didn't come on, because she probably knew that Carlos was going to ask questions and she wasn't ready for him, honey, because she had a lot going on. Because I don't know if that's when she first met her married boo thing that she got or what's going on. Because, Carlos would have been all up in her mix, asking everything. And I would have been here for it too. However, the other four were just fun to watch as well. They played a game, and he just asked them what they were up to and how they be living their best life. But he did ask about Nene about them. And Kim, the whole thing with always asking if she were to ever come back, what other OG would she want to come back? And everyone always know that she always said Kim. But the whole thing that they had their beef and Kim was this, accusing her of being this and all of that type of stuff. Like, you have to understand, or you can't understand actually, what is she talking about? You want to say this about Kim, but you're quick to say you want her to come back if you were to ever have someone come back. Like, girl, make up your mind. I don't even know. I don't even understand her anymore. I mean, I used to love me some Nene. I used to love some Nene, some Lanithia, okay? But when she had got to her peak where she just thought she was the ish and she was better than the other girls and her ish don't stink, I'm like, I'm not enjoying her as much as I used to. However, I still enjoy her because she can read fulfilled. I love somebody who can read fulfilled. And that is what she can do. She can do that like she's an OG at that for real. So I will give her that. And that's about the only thing I can give her. She knows how to read good. But the way that she is, I just cannot. I just cannot. But child, if she was on this season of Atlanta Housewives, do you know that would have been some good TV? Because she has too much going on in her life. And I bet you any kind of money they asked her to come back. But she turned it down because she don't want nobody in her business with her married boyfriend. I wouldn't want nobody in my business if I was messing with a married man too. Close your legs to married man, Nene. Isn't that your famous line? Child. whatever. So yeah, y'all, that's about it. That's all that really happened. And I'm gonna close this out because y'all know I don't like to keep y'all long, especially when I do it by myself. I'm ready to go home and head over to the Pink. Actually, I was already there, but I had to leave for a second. But I'm about to go finish the Pink. And I may come back tonight and do the live for the Pink. I may wait till tomorrow. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to see y'all. Catch your booze. And I'm out this nasty thing.